Hi everyone, welcome to Lilybets Divinity Live. Thank you everyone for the love and support. Thank you for the donations, for the bookings and readings, and thank you for all of you who have been commenting under on the videos, and for you new subscribers who have been subscribing and commenting under each video to be in the contest that we have going on. We're trying to reach 1,111. And every time if you're new and you subscribe and comment under a video, you are put in the contest. If you're an existing subscriber and you're commenting under, you're being put into the contest. The more you comment, my friends, the more you'll be put into the contest. I just keep putting you back in, putting you in, putting another one, your name again, and your name again. Once we get to 1,111, I will be announcing 3 winners. The first winner will win a 30-minute reading, their choice, love, career, whatever, general. The second person will be winning a 2-ounce Lilybets Divinity Life magical potion. Like that. and they can choose if they want one for money, or if they want it for love or for protection. And the third person will win a two question reading. Yes, okay, Linda. So subscribe, my friends, subscribe and comment on all the videos. The more you do it, the more you're in. So thank you so much for all of you who have been subscribing. So here we go. So here goes. This is gonna be your manifestation tips and tricks video on revising. A lot of people don't know too much about revising, or they have an idea of it but they're not too sure about it. I revise all day long, mostly all day long. I would say maybe 75% of the time I'm revising. Anything that comes my way that I did not like, I revise it. I don't care what it is, okay? I revise even when it comes to old things that have happened to me that, now this reality, the 3D, is telling me something different, So I revise all the time. Neville Goddard talks a lot about this, about revision. And even when you do the I remember when, please take a look at my manifestation video on that. I remember when, and isn't it wonderful? Because that's a lot of revision. That's the way of revising things. Because when you say you remember when, it's saying that it hasn't, it already, it's not happening, it didn't happen. So please take a look at that video, because that would also help you when you want to manifest with doing that technique. That's a Neville Goddard technique of I remember when and isn't it wonderful. So how do I revise and how I've seen things like change is just crazy. When you want to revise something and act like it never happened, all you have to say is that didn't happen. That's it. This is your reality. So whatever you're putting out there is what's going to come. So if you're acting like something didn't happen or never happened and you're saying it out loud, that's what's going to happen. And I guarantee you that the people involved in that, especially when it's something that, let's say something happened and you're just like, you don't want that person to remember that even happened between you and that person. You say, I've said this so many times, nothing happened, nothing's happening here. I tend to say that a lot. Oh, like, and I've said this in crazy things happening. I will say, nothing happened here. Nothing happened, everything's cool, everything's fine, everything is wonderful. I've said this, and things will change around like it never did happen, okay? So if don't expect things, the most horriblest things to happen, because the more you do expect more horrible things to happen, the harder it is, for you to, when it's not really that hard for you to revise it. But you can't be expecting like crazy things to happen when something just happened, and get your mind, into the 3D and let the 3D suck you up, into what just happened. No, you have to say, you know what? That never happened. Everything is fine. Keep affirming. Keep saying what it is. See it the way, say it the way you wanted it to go. That's a way of revising. And say, you can even say, I remember when that certain thing happened. And look at it now. No one remembers anything. Everything is wonderful. Everything is perfect. Yes, Linda. I do that a lot. I affirm things also after doing it. I'll say things like, everything I do works out for me. I know everything I need to know about manifestation. That's a good thing to say when you feel that your manifestation didn't work. It's always movement. You may think, oh my God, this didn't work, and I was affirming for this, and I was doing this a certain way. That is a good affirmation to say, to revise while you're saying, oh, this never happened. And then put in an affirmation. Everything. All I need to know about manifesting is always, I'm always aware of it, and it always working out for me. It's always worked for me. Everything that I need to know about manifesting, I know comes to me easily and effortlessly, and it always works out for me, you know. And before saying that, say that never happened. Because everything I need to know about manifesting always works out for me. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? So it's different ways of you to be able to revise. It's up to you which way you want to do it, but always know that when something happens, don't get sucked into the 3D that happened. you know it's what you want it to be, not what other people want it to be. So when you're revising, always say to yourself, try not to get sucked into the 3D. Know that what the affirmations, what they're doing is that they're building momentum for things to start turning around the way you want them to turn around also. Okay, so that's why we use affirmations also, because it gives things momentum. It gives it a different vibe. It gives the energy, a higher energy, the energy that you want to be in to manifest what you want to manifest, even if it's revision. I've done revision a lot and didn't know I was doing it when I first started doing Neville and doing the law of assumption with my health. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying not to go to the doctor, okay, Linda? I had a lot of issues with my hips, and I had SI joint issues. Look that up. I'm not going to go into that. And my hips were like this, and I was in pain all the time. And for over and over, even when I was in pain, even when I was crying from pain, I would walk back and forth in the morning before leaving to work and say, I remember when I was in pain, I couldn't even get out of bed. Look at me now, jumping out of bed. Isn't it wonderful? I remember when I couldn't even bend. I couldn't even do my workouts. I remember that. Isn't it wonderful how things turn around, how healthy I am now? And I built so much momentum that things that I was told I was never going to be able to do, I was able to do within like a month. That's why I say try these tips and tricks at least for a month. And don't get discouraged and start saying, oh, well, this is not working after a couple of days. You have to also remember, you have resistance to believe sometimes because of what we've been programmed to believe, that these things can happen. That you, by just saying, I remember when and everything works out for me, that you, by just saying that, everything's going to work out. You have resistance. And that's what helps you. What helps you is the affirmations, building that momentum. So you have to be patient with yourself, and you have to persist, and you have to believe beyond having, unwavering faith. I have another video on that too, so check that out. Having unwavering faith that this is here now. You're there. You saying all these things. You're revising. You're doing revision. That's how we revise things. And I've even revised things that have happened to me when I was 11 years old, okay? I'm telling you, the things I put on this channel when it comes to manifestation and things like that, is things that I have experienced. I went so far that I was like, wait a minute, I can revise when I was 11 years old, and I was hit by a car. I had an accident, and that was what the 3D was saying caused my hips to be like this, because I didn't get the care that I should have gotten when I was younger, and I thought that should never fucking happen. Okay, sorry for the potty mouth people. I just started saying, once I knew this, I said, this is a game changer. I started saying over and over, isn't it wonderful how that never happened? Isn't it wonderful how in perfect health? You know, and I use mirror work too. That's another video I'm going to make on mirror work, how you can use that to revise things and to also get what you want, and to also release things that you have been programmed to think. So that's another video, okay? But yeah, revision is very easy. All you have to say is, it never happened. It never happened. Isn't it wonderful? Or I remember when. And, you know, constantly say to yourself, everything it, it's crazy how, you know, that I thought at one point that that was affecting me and that happened, but it didn't. It never happened. Everything is fine. Everything happened as I wanted it to happen, and then say what it was, how you wanted it to happen. And these are things that you can constantly do to revise. But to me, I love saying, you know, it never happened. What did I put here? Yeah, say it never happened, and then say what you want to happen, how you wanted it to happen, how you wanted it to play out. And don't look back. Oh, well, why hasn't anything happened now? Don't do that. That is putting energy on something that you're not believing in. That's like putting that negative energy. You have to just say it, and you could say it over and over as many times as you want, you know, but then you have to also let it go and release it, and not look back to what did happen that you didn't want to happen. You know, you have to stay in the end of the way you want it to revise, the way you wanted it to go. And I'm telling you, this works. This has worked for me many times. It worked for me with issues that I had with my health, and I'm not saying not to go to a doctor. I went to a doctor, I went to a physical therapist and everything, okay? So all the things that I want, that I needed to heal myself, came to me because I kept doing this. I kept saying, I remember when. Even when I was trying to do exercise and I was in so much pain, I just kept saying, I remember when I couldn't do my exercise. Look at me now, jumping out of bed and feeling great and doing all my workouts. And I ended up doing that. I ended up doing that within a few months. I ended up doing it. You know, because your mind will always kind of go back to the 3D, and you can't let it do that. So my friends, this is your manifestation tips and tricks on how to revise things so you can get what you want and the life that you want. Much love to everyone, and as always, I salute the divinity within all of you. Bye now.